Hello and welcome to, I think this is my first YouTube book review. I have been reading The Circus by AJ Griffiths-Jones, which was published in April of this year, and it's available on Kindle and also in paperback version. I was sent a PDF of the book, so I can't show you a lovely cover, I'm afraid. The cover is beautiful. And that the painting on the cover was created by the author's aunt, which is a rather lovely connection. There's a nice little preface about their relationship and bohemian connection. But I have been reading on my laptop, on my phone, on my iPad, wherever I happen to be. It's a novel that is set in a UK travelling circus in the 1980s, and one of the characters, who is sort of the lead, discovers secrets one after another about members of the crew and company, and eventually one of her own secrets is revealed as the finale. Hi, so I'm now on chapter 7 of The Circus, and I'm in Munster. This is where I am. This is my Airbnb. It's called the Buddha's Palace. And I'm here for the Upside Down Circus and Space Conference, organised by University of Munster. So that begins in a couple of hours. So I'll do a bit more reading, walk across town, and then you'll get another video telling you all about the conference. I just want to give you some interim thoughts as we're going along, because each chapter is kind of dedicated to introducing a new character from the circus troupe. There's one main character who is Psychic Sheila, and each chapter she explores a mystery that she comes across through getting to know each one of these performers. And I like the concept. I think it would work really well in like a serialisation in a women's magazine, The People's Friend or something like that. We are told that Psychic Sheila has been with the circus for 5 years already, which doesn't quite tie in with the relationships that we're seeing. It's more like she's just joined this circus and she's getting to know people, so that's a bit of a disconnect. And there are a few other things that I have niggles with from I suppose like an insider circus info perspective. So many cliches. I really wanted to like this book because it was sent to me. I said I'm starting to do some YouTube reviews. I saw this book had been published, and the lady was very kindly enough. She sent me the PDF. But it's not for me. I am not the audience for this book. If you have an elderly aunt who is into that kind of interfering busybody mystery, Mrs. Marple, Murder, She Wrote, that kind of thing, then this is possibly up her alley. Also, ideally somebody who is maybe a little bit old-fashioned in their mindset towards things like homosexuality, political correctness, racial stereotypes. Yeah. So many cliches. I think there's nothing done with malice in this book. However, we get mixed up between Irish traveller, gypsy and Romany. We get mixed up between midget and dwarf. We get like very stereotypical, loosely drawn, kind of sketched characters, like they're almost caricatures. And I'm on chapter 7 now. I'm not the ideal audience because I do know quite a bit about what it's like to be in the performing world and in the circus world, and so much of it just doesn't really ring true. There's scan down. There's a little piece in the introduction that says, have you ever imagined... Where is it? Oh no, it's in the first chapter. it's like a couple of pages in, page 6 on the PDF, I don't know how that would be in the printed version. Sheila wondered what ordinary folk thought about the travelling circus. And this is what ordinary folk, I guess, maybe think about the travelling circus. It's not a reality. So many cliches. I mean, I came at this from a circus perspective. So, another big issue for me is that the painting of what a 1980s travelling circus in the UK was like is completely, I don't know, created, fictionalised. So there's sideshows. Sheila is a fortune teller and she's doing crystal ball readings before and during the shows. There is a motorbike stuntman who's doing sideshows outside of the tent during, and yeah, it's just a bit confused. And so I was only a child in the 80s, bless, but I put the question out to a couple of the circus fans Facebook groups because I thought maybe I was wrong, maybe they did have sideshows in the UK circuses in the 80s. But the answers that I got back suggested that I was right in the first place, sideshows being more of an American thing. So the author is not American, the author is British, but I think rather than... I'm guessing that she has a fictionalised memory or it's coming from popular culture rather than the realities of what circus is, which happens a lot, but it does perpetuate myths and stereotypes which aren't always helpful. So I find that a little bit grating. And yeah, I think I just generally like something to get my brain into a bit more than this book offered. But as I say, I don't think I'm the right audience. If you have got a little old aunt who thinks that calling people puffs is acceptable as a slander, yeah, then send this book their way. I'll put the links below, and it's an easy read. You can get through it nice and quickly. Doesn't really take much brain power. I just cringed a lot of the way through. If, with one small adjustment, we could make it so that Sheila has just joined O'Hare's circus, then suddenly all these revelations that follow make a bit more sense and they're a bit more realistic. But it's really hard to believe. I think just for a circus aficionado, it strikes at too many wrong chords for me. If you don't know anything about circus and you've come to this video through Booktube, then, you know, maybe give it a go. But take what it says with a pinch of salt and keep watching Circus Diaries videos so you find out what circus is really about. Thank you for watching, and yeah, subscribe to the channel for more of the same. Bye!